Alexis Jones, now Miss Jones, and I first joined TMA in 2018. When I was a student, TMA was very, very different than it is now, for a number of reasons. But mainly, it was more strict on how you visually appeared. Definitely want to look a certain way in order to be able to navigate throughout the halls. We definitely had a more forceful, social emotional upbringing at TMA when I was here. And there were not that many clubs. There were like 3 clubs that I knew of. I don't want to say there's a tighter TMA community, because I think that the Thurgood community was still close-knit then. It was just different, like more revolved around morals and certain ambitions, whereas now it's more about like what actually people like to do and maybe certain activities that they can do together. So it's just different. The culture has changed a lot, and yeah, that's the biggest difference I could say. Okay, so real person, I would say I look up to Miss Karen Lee a lot. She was a former teacher at Thurgood. She's very selfless individual and very dedicated to the cause of uplifting Black and brown communities and just overall helping to liberate our minds as individuals. So I really look up to that. Tireless work towards something that has been going on for decades and generations is, I think, something that I look up to. But fictional, I've always liked Catwoman, but the one played by Halle Berry, that's the one. One, because her outfit was, and then 2, because, she played around a little bit and like used her abilities for her own prerogative, but also she was, helpful, and she also kind of like vigilante with it. I like people who can, break a little, or have a little fun more so, and then still show up every day. I could be a little bit cynical, I'd say, which is not the superpower, but I think on the end of the cynical thing is always a solution. Like, I like to solution build, like I like to problem solve. I think life is like a puzzle. There's so many things and pieces and you just don't know exactly when or how they'll fit. And so I feel like even though the cynicism is there, a big presence of being able to see an issue and then create a solution for it, I feel like that is my superpower, and it helps me in all aspects of my life, because life is crazy and life is what they say, life be life, and it's always going to do that. So it's always about how you're going to respond to it. I have a lot. I feel like I don't want to give it like a generic answer, but I really feel like everybody at TMA comes with their own superpower. I also think that it's a special time for students and teachers and faculty and staff in a school building in 2025. So I feel like everybody is still showing up, even the kids. Like, I just thank my kids today I was like, I said, thank you for being a good sport. Because with all these crazy things going on in their personal lives as high school students, which is already too much, and then in their families, in all of our families, and then on top of that in America and the world, I feel like everybody is really being a superhero right now. And so we're gonna start solution building and putting things into practice. I think, yes, everybody needs to start using their superpowers to create power, baby. I actually say to my classroom to live the way you want to be remembered. And if you think about that with any action that you do, I feel like you will be led in the right direction. Because we just never know. We never know. Not to be, the bearer of bad news, but we never know when our last day is going to be. So if you live the way that you would want your legacy to be carried on, I think that you'll be most happy with yourself.